Well, Ciera, I'm excited to be here again with you today. This is month one for you, but our second video.
Yes.
And we're able to just talk a little bit about what it's like joining a team. And, I know you're kind of hitting the windshield wide open. You're learning a lot.
Yes.
Every day you're probably learning a little something new in this profession.
Every day. It's
Every
learning
day.
something new. Every day you come across something that you
Good.
didn't have the day before, even the week before. So it's all a learning experience, but taking it.
Cool.
So.
Cool. And so what we want to do here, what Ciera and I are trying to do, is just kind of set up an opportunity for people out there that are saying, like, what's it like to be a part of a team? What's that look like? And how does that feel, like being a part of a team? And so I think for a long time, real estate has been kind of a one-person show. Like, you got one person out there doing everything. I tease all the time. I say, man, when I get to heaven, I'm going to ask God why he didn't give me more than two hands. Because I'll come to the door, I have keys in one hand, coffee in the other, backpack, listing paperwork or whatever, and I'm trying to get in the door. I'm thinking, either I got to set all this stuff down, or I try to open the door and maybe spill coffee over myself. So I'm like, when I get to heaven, I'm going to ask God why he didn't give me more than two hands. But I think he's answered that. I think he let me know that it's because we need people.
Absolutely.
And for real estate agents out there, I used to be this person. I was out there trying to do everything. Work with folks that are buying. Work with folks that are selling. Negotiate contracts. Handle paperwork. Go to closings. I mean, there's just, and that's only 5 things. If I really broke down the details to it all, there's so much more than that. So our idea is to just kind of express, I know a lot of people have questions, like, what's it like to be a part of a team? How does that work? And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the mechanics of it. And I don't want to be the one doing all the talking. I want it to come from someone like Ciera, who's new to it. I think you'll learn more from Ciera than you will from me. So, Ciera, just tell us a little bit. How's it going for you? How's your first? Now, you've not quite been with us 30 days, but it's been real close, right?
Just about, yeah. We are midweek 4, so just about wrapping up 1 month. It's been an incredible experience. I didn't know what to come into. Being a part of a team, again, it's not something that is regularly the norm for a real estate agent. You're kind of just out there on your own, trying to find your own clientele. So having a team, we all kind of work in the same room upstairs, a lot of us. So anytime I have a question, it's, just looking up and being able to ask right away. It's not having to try to get a hold of somebody and then just kind of sitting there with your client waiting like, oh gosh, how do I respond to them? So having the support, the motivation, our weekly meetings has been fantastic. Sometimes I come in the office feeling a little bit anxious, but it's an instant relief when I just feel that everybody's in the same room to complete the same goal and just be there for one another. So it's been a really accepting experience.
Right. And I'd say one of the reasons why you will come into a room feeling a little anxious is because you've got a lot going on early.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're accomplishing a lot in a short time, and that means you got questions.
Oh yeah.
And like whenever you're starting something new and you've never done it before, you're going to have questions.
Yeah.
And so one thing that we know is that about 75% of all agents who get started in this profession will give up in their first year. And it's because they don't have answers to those questions.
Yeah,
and
I can understand why people would when they don't have the support behind them.
Right.
So it's tough.
So they just kind of give up and they're lost. So, but when you can get those answers, you can work through that feeling, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, and that's normal. See, it's not unnormal to be a little anxious.
No,
when you're doing something,
definitely not.
you're going to be just a little bit. But
Yes.
being able to get answers and work through that's the difference. So.
Yes, taking the next step rather than just staying and feeling stuck is really important.
So I'd say a lot of people wonder. They're like, okay, so what are you doing today? Like, what's the expectations? And again, you said with the sales team, most of us are in a group upstairs.
Yes.
And then you have your operations where you have Mr. Lucas McCoy, Renee Cooper, and you kind of have your operations sitting down here. And your sales team up there. So you're with the sales team most days.
Yes.
What's the day look like for you? What would you say your role is? What's the requirements from your role?
Yeah, absolutely. Getting into the office, getting yourself together, kind of gathering, planning out what your day is going to look like when we first get there. One of the biggest things, one of the biggest tasks that I want to complete throughout the day is getting contacts. It's very important reaching out to contacts, whether it be people that I know, whether it be leads that I get through Zillow and just kind of following up with them, whether it's reaching out through different different people who may not have been ready in the past, but now they may be ready now. So getting in contact with those people, building rapport with those people, but also getting their motivations and their goals and, following up with that throughout the day. Administrative stuff. So looking into homes for people once you kind of, I guess to say, get them on a hook is, what you can
once
say.
Once you understand what they're looking for, then you begin to do the research of helping them find that, right?
Absolutely. So taking the time to, go on the MLS, find homes for them, get that emailed over to them, and then again, following up with those contacts and seeing, is that the right home for you, or am I on the right track even? So, talking with clients, communicating, contacting.
So we're in a full contact sport, right? Like you got to talk to people about real estate. That's our job.
Yes.
And because we don't want to be undercover real estate agents, we need to let people know this is what we do. We should be excited about what we do, energetic, enthusiastic. We want to help people.
Yes.
So when you're saying that you're making contacts, you're calling around looking for people that you can help that maybe came through a long time ago, that was looking to move to Tennessee. And a lot of times when we start to do these call arounds, we find out they've already purchased.
Yep.
So when you're doing that, that's usually maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours of your day?
Yeah, probably about 2 hours. Okay. I'd say it's more on that end for sure. And then if they're not ready, it's reaching out and being like, well, do you have any family or friends that you know? Even if they're not ready, there's somebody who is. So it's going through those people just to find the right one.
And I think a lot of people initially kind of have a reluctance to make those phone calls. When you talk, and there's probably reasons why they think, these people are going to be rude or, I'm going to be upsetting them. What do you find when you're talking to these people?
Some people you do, just the truth. Some people don't want to talk, but some people may have not thought about it in a while, and when you call them and they're like, I have kind of been thinking about it. I have been kind of pondering the idea of moving or buying an additional property or whatever it may be, but digging that out of people, sometimes they need the call just to kind of be like, it's been something I have been thinking about, but I haven't been able to, have the time to reach out to a realtor. So thank you so much for calling today. Some people, it's just a mixed response, but the people that you do get, it's worth it to be able to help them out. So
and most of the time they're not obnoxious. I don't feel like most of the time they probably would like to talk longer sometimes than what.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Because people really are friendly, and I think that may be one of the main reasons why people are moving to Tennessee. They want to be around friendly people. They want to be around people that are caring, that are genuine. Yes. I think that's getting harder and harder to find. So you make that contact, then the rest of your day is more administrative. Yeah. And then if you've done your job well and things are working out well, you're going on appointments.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Didn't even think to mention that, but definitely those calls and those follow-ups definitely lead to appointments to go out in the field and be able to really connect with those people in person, and immediately off the bat you can find that this is definitely not the right property for them, or sometimes you really feel that when you have a connection with those clients that when you go out to a property that is definitely the property for them. So going and showing those properties, follow-up is really important. I've come to find that out, following up with people who are ready or may not even be ready right now, but just to kind of see how they're doing, what their goals are for the future. Follow-up is very important with that kind of stuff. So
yes. And people appreciate that too, right? You're not bothering them when they're ready and motivated. They really want to make that move to Tennessee or sell their home, or they want you to follow.
Absolutely.
It's so valuable that you do that. Ciera, you're an all-star. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for what you're sharing with us today.
Appreciate it.
So we'll just curious now. You set a goal this year.
Yes.
To help 30 people. Yes. Either sell or buy real estate. And so tell us today, you've not quite been with us 30 days, how many have you, what does it look like? How many you got pending now?
So I've got one pending, which is absolutely incredible. Yes. I couldn't have asked for a more smooth process with my first deal that I've got. It's been wonderful. Helping a couple get into their second home. So it's been a fantastic process, and it really has kind of put a flame under me to go out and work even harder for the next one. So in month 1, got one under contract, but I hope to do more. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I'm very excited.
So just a little bit about like when you're out there working with people. That's the fun part, right?
Oh yeah.
Getting to meet somebody, but also you're meeting them for the first time.
Right.
You've built up a little rapport over the phone.
Yes.
You've got to know them. You've heard what they're looking for. How many times how many different homes did you show them, like in total, before they purchased?
Yeah, so I showed them a total of 5 homes over the span of 2 days. So that first day we went and looked at a couple of homes, and sometimes, you know, even if it's your second go around, when you go into a home, you can be kind of starstruck of like, I know this is perfect, but once they kind of sit and think about it, they're like, you know, maybe this isn't right for me. I would like to look at a couple more, but that second day I showed them a few more properties, and one of them happened to just stick out to them enough to be able to want to make an offer, and everything just kind of worked out that way. But
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So with us less than 30 days, one pending, is a beautiful home. Where was it located?
It's located right between the Allgood and Cookville sort of line there, right off Buck Mountain. So
okay.
Yeah,
so
sort of in that area.
Putnam
Yeah.
County, that's great.
Yeah.
And you service probably, I mean, you're just getting started, but obviously when you're working, what counties do you feel like you'll be working in?
Definitely the Putnam County, surrounding counties of Putnam County, White, you know, Jackson. Can't even think off the top of my head. Yeah, Overton, Smith County.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely
Van
all of
Buren.
this. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Upper Cumberland and.
So maybe next time when we talk with you, we'll even have more of that, you know, conversation. But Ciera, you're doing great. You know, for being on the team for 30 days, already put one under contract.
Yes.
That's exciting. And I think a lot of times when you first get started in anything new, it's kind of like, it's a little nerve wracking.
It is.
But you have some support that's helping you kind of work through that. And I think you're going to be very successful. I expect that you'll hit that goal of 30.
I think so. I think so.
And guys, we're going to continue to come back to you. Well, this is our second video. We're going to try to do 12 in total, 1 a month. And you can continue to see as Ciera experiences the joys of working in real estate, what it looks like